That's happening. So now we're recording our failure. It's for posterity.
Speaker view?
All right.
No.
You're doing great. No, speaker view is not right.
Pin.
Pin?
Good.
We're pinned.
That means.
Okay, do we have to keep admitting people the whole time? Is this a thing we have to start doing?
You want to go grab a coffee?
You go ahead and grab coffee. We're ready to coffee. We're good to go. Oh yeah, we're live. All right, so let's just go ahead and troubleshoot while we're doing this shit.
Yeah.
My name's Chris. This is Eliza, and I'm sorry. In general, I apologize for everything that's about to happen. So what we're going to be doing is fucking things up for quite some time until we get good at things.
No, we're gonna be fine.
Yeah, whatever. All right. Crap. So you keep an eye on that while I yell at you about jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
That's fun.
So this is going to be the Gracie Fundamentals at 12 o'clock every day until I die. Okay. So until we can open up the academy, I'm going to be here. She's going to put up with me, and we're going to go over the fundamental syllabus. So just quickly, before I start yelling at her and saying she's doing it wrong, this is a syllabus with the wrong logo. So this is my other academy syllabus. I've had syllabus made for this academy as well, and I'm going to send that out via email to everybody. Okay. So you're going to have a checklist of everything that we do. And every time you come to the class, we're going to be able to keep a track of your progress. Okay. So
you don't have to, just if you want.
It's not a cult. I'm not forcing anyone to do anything. Yeah. It's just a good way of.
This is not a cult, but it is.
Awful. Worst first impression, right? Anyways, I'm going to show jiu-jitsu. So first thing first, every class is going to involve a bit of a warm-up. So the warm-up is going to be forward rolls, backward rolls, break falls, and standing in base, right? Hip escapes as well, but I'll go over that some other time. Right now, I want you to demonstrate a forward roll towards the camera like a ninja. I'm going to try not to swear. Not bad. Stand up in base. Awesome. Okay, so basically what she did was something that you're going to have to learn how to do so you don't die if you get hit by a car on a motorcycle. You can just roll over your shoulder. Okay, so what we need to get used to for jiu-jitsu is falling, because we can be taken down. If I start to reach for the ground to try and stop that from happening, I'll end up breaking an elbow or a collarbone or just scraping my hands. If I was falling forward and I just get out of my own way, I end up getting to do what's called a break fall, which is basically like a human airbag scenario. Okay, then I'm going to have you guys standing up in base for the rest of your life. Okay, it's a proper way of standing up, just in case somebody tries to push you over or something. So one more time, one of the best ways you can learn how to do this is by starting low and on the knees. Okay? If I was to put my head on the ground and try and roll over it, it's in my own fucking way. My job is to get out of my way. So I'm going to put my ear on my shoulder and my hand between my legs and get as little of me touching the ground as possible to roll over. All right? When you start out doing something like this, there's a tendency for people to do this. What I want is a little bit of forward momentum. So push off of your toes and try and land with one knee up, one leg straight, chin tucked, reaching through your toes. Okay? So one more time. When I do this motion, what I'm looking to do is this. I'm going to put my left hand in front of my knee. My right hand is going to come underneath my legs. I'm going to put the space between the top of my head and my shoulder on the ground. From here, I'm pushing off of my toes, and whatever leg I'm looking at is going to be the one that I'm reaching for and straightening at the end, okay? What we're doing is essentially, you're doing great.
I'm doing fantastic.
You are, you're a great admin. Wonderful job. What we're doing is learning how to do a proper side break fall, okay? That way, if Eliza was to go over to a hip throw, oh my God, you're on show. Oh God, hip throw. Ugh. Terrible student. Ugh. I need to know how to land so I don't hurt myself. Again, hip throw, hip throw. Pause, start from the start, like an adult. C clamp, yes. hip, yes, no, pause. Take your hand off of my hip bone. Get your butt all the way across. Yes, head to yes. I'll give you a strike with stuff. So what you're essentially doing as your warm-up is learning how to not fall on your face. You're learning how to break fall. Now, from that break fall, I built a frame, okay? So when I fall, if my knees kind of click together and I huddle up, I can end up hurting myself. What I want, one knee to the ceiling, one leg on the ground. From here, I'm reaching for my toes and I'm keeping my chin tucked, okay? If my chin's not tucked, bonk every time, okay? When we come up, roll over the elbow, up onto your hand, okay? Hold your other hand up, and we can make this as complicated as possible later on down the line. But for now, you're gonna push off your foot, push off your hand, make yourself like a hammock, and you're gonna slide your leg underneath and stomp it next to your hand to stand up, and then fall again. Build frame, hammock, stand up, and just repeat that until we're, okay? So that's the forward roll. Backwards roll. You got this. Now you're just showing off. That was not bad.
That was so good.
Surprisingly, she sucks at that. She's so gone off with this stuff half the time. She's just on point today. Okay. Again, when I back fall, okay, from here, my butt is actually looking to go back. Okay. I'm bending the knees. I'm going to slap the ground. And I keep my chin tucked. My chin stays tucked. I'm reaching for my toes. And when I get here, am I still on the camera?
Yes.
From here, if I try to roll over, I need my wrong way. So I want to make sure that I'm going to tilt my ear to my shoulder, get out of my way, and roll over my shoulder. Now, tiny little detail that you can add on to this to stand up properly. When you do this motion, go look over your shoulder. Whatever foot you're looking at, that's going to stay up. So you're going to come up on one knee and one foot. Now from here, I'm not going to hop up. I'm going to build a frame. So my foot comes out like a windshield wiper, and now my knee comes up like a windshield wiper. Okay? So again, backwards, I look over my shoulder, I build a frame. And I can keep moving back and forth over and over and do laps and laps while we do our 10-minute demo and things like that. Okay?
This is gonna be your warm-up.
So you have forward rolls, break fall, standing base. Boom. Backwards rolls, break fall, standing base. I'll yell at you about a hip escape in person. That one's a lot harder to do because you're gonna see people doing hip escapes and they look like they know what they're doing. But it's absolutely nothing like that, okay? What I want is something extremely annoyingly technical. That's why I want you to drill it for at least 5 to 10 minutes before every class until I die. Again, from here, forward roll, backwards roll, standing base. I'm happy. Now, as a side note, no one knows how to tie their belt. So I've had some requests from some of the assistant instructors on knowing how to tie your belt for goodsies, all right? So this is on camera and it's collected forever and ever. Presentable. Right side first, left side next, patches. From here, find your bar field. The thing with the bar.
You find your
Well,
bar.
you do it. You do it with me.
I'm good.
I'm good. All right, you find your bar field.
When you told me though, you said the other side.
Yeah, probably did.
You were wrong.
I just teach you wrong things so I can yell at you later. You're gonna put the bar field on your spine. Down
Unless
the
your
bottom.
belt is short like mine, then put it like this.
You're gonna wrap your belt around so that it holds it in place. Continue to wrap it around. Boom. Once you get to here, tuck it underneath the hang. Take out the back, snug it up, and from here, you're gonna take the bar field and you're gonna put it between those two. So you got two little slats. Slide it in, let it hang, get a little loop. Take this, do the same thing. Slide it in, let it hang.
Ta-da.
Boom. Okay. So there's a whole bunch of different ways you can tie your belt. That one's not going to come undone. You don't have to keep retying it constantly, which is kind of annoying, especially when you're sparring for a long time. Do we need to admit anyone else in before we start the class? Is it done? We're good?
I think there is no other people joining.
Cool. All right. So we're going to start off the class after a shot of coffee.
And now, how to brush your teeth.
I'm going to show how to do what's called a leg hook takedown. So the very first class in the curriculum, we're going to be learning one standing, one ground. The standing for this is going to be what's known as a leg hook takedown from the clinch, and the groundwork is going to be escaping from underneath the mount. So a couple of variations on the theme. For now, I'm going to get my partner to stand over here from this camera. Keep an eye on it for me. Perfect. Okay. Face me, please. When we practice this, what we're doing first is finding what's called base. Okay. So if I hold Elisa in a very specific way, let's say here in what's known as a T position. If she was to start to walk away a little bit, you notice my weight goes in my toes. If she starts to push back in, it goes in my heels. Way to go. From here, if I was to just change my base and she was to start to pull away and start to push in, I'm not going anywhere, she is. Okay? So what we're going to do is essentially learn how to do tug of war with a person, not a rope. But to start with, I'm going to do wrist release. Okay, so I want you to turn forward with me. Perfect. Yeah, I'm just making things up on the fly. You've been doing this with me for how long? Pause. Hold on to my wrist, nice and tight. Okay, so from here, if Elisa's holding on to my wrist and she starts to walk away, my weight goes in my toes. Okay? From here, if I was to take a step forward with one leg, and I go, no, I'm still going to end up stepping. Okay? So what I'm doing is I'm losing tug of war. Every time that there is an arm that's forward, that same side leg is forward forever. Okay? So right now, if I put that leg and arm forward, she starts to pull, I can start to sink and make it a bit of a pain. Okay? Now, pause, don't be over dramatic, just continue to pull. If I was to start to turn towards her and turn my hip, I'm the one that gets to pull. Okay? So it's literally tug of war. Hold on to my wrist again. The arm that's forward is the leg that's forward forever and ever and ever. Now from here, I'm not going to be like this. Okay? I'm not skiing or water skiing at the moment. And I'm not like this. This is what happens if she wants to go side to side. I want to make sure I turn my hips towards her. And now my butt's going to corkscrew down. Like I'm holding onto a rope. She continues to pull. And I say, did you just have a moment where you learned something?
No.
Yeah, okay. No, she didn't learn
I just
anything.
activated my brain.
I'm holding onto a rope. She starts to pull. I can hold. I can hold. I can continue to pull. Come on, all 20 kilos. Continue. Yes. From here, maybe I get my hip involved. Okay? So what we're doing is finding base with our partner for the first round before we do the takedown. So what I want from you, you're going to start with your partner standing in front of you. One arm goes over the top, C-clamp on the tricep. One arm comes underneath. So you're hugging your partner.
Aww.
Yeah. I'm going to cut an angle with her now. Time, turn towards the camera. Okay? So I started here. One arm over, one arm under. C-clamp on the tricep. I'm going to walk around. And I'm going to hold the hip bone. Okay? So when I say C-clamp, I mean like a letter C with your thumb. Just on the tricep, not below. Just on the tricep. Pinch your elbow in, hand on the hip bone. Now from here, if my partner's starting to lean to the right, my weight's going to go on my toes. My partner starts to lean to the left, it goes in my heels. Good. What I want to do is I don't want to look like a letter T. I want to step around and look like a wide letter V. Okay? So from here, I look like tug of war. Walk away from me. Literally walk away from me. I look like tug of war. What we were just doing. I'm not doing this. I'm doing this.
I'm doing.
Get easier. You're not helping the class. C-clamp on the tricep, hand on the hip bone, not a letter T, not the letter I, shitty wide letter V. Okay? Now, a couple things that we'll go over with strikes in just a minute, but for now, I want you to feel your partner start to pull to the right. Okay? What's very important you guys understand, there's never a point in time where, switch with me. Yes, good. Yes, I start to pull. Yes, good. Be a good partner. That's not the takedown, okay? When you work with your partner, for you to learn how to do this, I want your partner to pull to the right, not walk forward, not walk back, not stand up straight, not put you in a headlock. Every single thing this person does gives you a throw, gives you a takedown, okay, like a headbutt. Yes, you get a lot of stuff from here because you do it correctly, okay? So for now, let your partner pull. Yes, good. If my base was off, pull. Ah, if my base is correct, pull. I'm pretty solid, okay? So again, start with your partner, C-clamp on the tricep, hand on the hip bone itself. Essential detail is to hold on to the structure, not what the structure is wearing. It moves. Hip bone doesn't move. That's mine now, okay? C-clamp on the tricep, elbow pinched in, hand on the hip, find that shitty letter V, and now let your partner slowly start to pull. You're gonna feel the weight go into your right foot. Good, okay. Now from here, turn your hip like you're doing tug of war. Good. Now your partner pushes back into you. Connect your shoulder and push from the left foot. They pull, tug of war. They push, put up a wall. They pull, tug of war. They push, put up a wall. And time, everybody line up. This is really weird. So normally what I would do is I would have you guys drill that. I walk around and make sure you don't suck. That's kind of my job. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is just jump right into the next part. Okay, actually, you know what? No, she has to show me that she doesn't suck at this. We got time.
Do you want them to ask you questions?
No.
Then, okay.
No, I do not. It will derail the entire class. I have 1 hour to yell at you. That is it. In classes, yes, ask me as many questions as possible. This is my first time around doing a Zoom of this. I usually do another version of this where there's a lot more swearing. Right now, just a quick taste test sampler of the class itself. We would be grabbing our partner, and our partner is going to be practicing this. So start front on. Okay? Love me.
No.
Perfect. From here, hold on to the hip bone, pause. I want you to stand like a little to your hip. With your partner, feel that. No, don't try and stop it.
Okay.
Just put your weight in your toes. You feel that. Good. You feel that.
Yeah.
Good. Jiu-jitsu it's so important that you feel jiu-jitsu. It's way more important than watching and trying to recreate it. Right now, if she feels the weight going to her toes, now if she finds that shitty letter B, that's good. Yeah, pause. Your hip bone doesn't have to be touching mine. Nice and relaxed. Bend your knees like you're doing tug of war. Yes, you feel this.
Yeah.
Okay. You feel this.
So you connect with your shoulder, right? Not your hip.
No, not your hip. We'll talk about the hip in another time. Right now, I want your feet flat, nice and relaxed. Good. I want you, yes. More snug on the hip bone. So hold the hip bone. Yeah, yes. Take out the slack. Good. Yes, that's much better already. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Okay. I start to push. Connect from your left foot to your shoulder. Good. Good. Now pause. I'm going to move just a little bit to make your base better. Now do you feel that?
Yeah.
Perfect. Perfect. When I start to pull, imagine it's tug of war and your butt goes back. Yes. Good. Okay. So we would do that with our partner and get a feel for what we're doing. Now what I'm going to do, next step, I'm going to go skiing. Okay. So the leg hook takedown is predicated on the fact that this person is pulling. If this person is pushing, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to end up doing a whole nother takedown. Okay. This person steps back, whole nother takedown. This person starts to squat, whole nother takedown. Headlock, whole nother thing. Okay. What I want from you is this. You're going to start with your partner in base. Pause, face the camera. C-clamp the tricep, hand on the hip bone. Now from here, pinch your elbow in. We're going to do a little bit of a test. Okay. Number one, headbutt. I was not paying attention. Put your chin down and listen to their dreams. Okay. Headbutt me. It's not a thing anymore. Okay. C-clamp on the tricep is very important because if I'm holding onto the forearm, pull your elbow out. Come back. Pull your elbow out. Good. Okay. Now, if my elbow is not pinched, pull your hands to the ground. Good. My elbow stays pinched. Pull your elbow out. Pull your hands to the ground. Headbutt. Good. I never want to put my nose before my toes. Pull my head to the ground. I'm always going to be in a neutral base. My nose stays before my toes, and I stay connected to them. Pull my head to the ground. Good. Pull your arm out. Headbutt me. Very good. Holding onto the hip bone is important. Okay. We're not just holding onto the back of the hip. Hold the hip bone itself. Turn around towards me. Very good. Turn around towards me. It's not the end of the world, but I'd rather have the takedown. Okay? So you'll test your partner this time, and you're going to pull away. All right? One more time. Side clinch base, shitty letter V, hand on the hip bone, pause. Yes, that is not a thing.
Oh.
Not a thing. Be meaner to me. Yeah, that's a thing. Good. I can't pull the elbow back. I can't reach for the ground. I can't headbutt her, and it's hard for me to turn towards her. Okay? Yes, that's much better. Now I start to pull, tug of war. Yes, good. One more time. From here, not good enough. Not good enough. I don't care if you're ready. You don't get to be ready in a fight. You don't get to be ready. Where's that? C clench. C. C. Yes. Yeah. Pause. Let's get that a little bit higher. Perfect. Pinch your elbow to your hip bone. Good. Tuck your chin. This is much more solid now. That's very good. Okay, time. You're on show. I don't want to fuck up the next part.
I don't like that. I don't care.
You're a wipe up 3 steps, get your ass over here. Okay, so we're going to be doing water skis. Okay, so the reason we get to do this takedown is because of this. Okay, not because of this. If they push in, we're going to hoist and slam. If they're pulling away, what's happening is when they pull, all the weight's going in this leg. There's nothing here. Okay, you're going to be able to take that leg out from underneath them and take them down easily. But what I want you guys to do is I want you to feel overcommitment, okay? Don't just do a move because you saw it on YouTube. Come here. Yes. Doesn't it work? Not a thing, okay? There's a term called Kazushi, right? What you need is momentum from the person to make the throw easy, right? So if she was to pull away from me, now that's easy. Okay?
I knew it was coming.
Again, come here, please. Hand on the hip bone. C clench on the tricep, elbow pinch in. We're in that shitty letter V. Now, slow motion, start to pull. I should be able to take a setup step and hang off my partner, like I'm water skiing, okay? Pause, come back to neutral. If I was to do that now, she's gonna come towards me, okay? What I need from you guys to practice this is I want you to feel what is wrong with things so that you can feel what is right, okay? So one more time. Hand on the hip bone, C clamp on the tricep, elbow is pinched in nice and tight. Protect yourself, okay? They can't punch you, they can't headbutt you, they can't turn to you. Everything's in your favor. Because guess what you can do? You can headbutt them. You can hit them. You get to do all the cool things, okay? They don't. Okay, pause. Your partner's gonna pull, 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 pull. Take a setup step. Perfect. It's like I'm water skiing, okay? Your partner should commit to that pull away for you to feel this. We're gonna do that. Handing it up for the camera, you're fine.
No, you keep that spot there.
Yeah, it's
Like
like,
you know
it's like my thing I do. Pause. Perfect. You feel me pull, take that setup step. You should be able to hang off with me. Put your weight in your heels. Take your toes off of the ground.
Okay.
Yes, like you're water skiing. Perfect. Come back. You feel that. Find your base. Yes. Set up step. Yes. Hanging off of me. Very good. Okay. So what we're doing is essentially setting up an angle for a good takedown. Take one step forward, please. Clinch. Pull away. That's a leg hook takedown. Okay? What we're going to do is we're going to add on to that leg hook takedown and move into the mount at the very end. But for now, if you look at me without her, I ended up looking like I was doing tug of war. Now from here, when they start to pull away, that allows me to take what's called a setup step. That setup step is going to help me achieve an angle. That angle gives me the takedown. So look at my base. Look at my base. I'm going from one base to the next, okay? From here, it's tug of war. They're pulling, setup step. I hook the leg. I find my base. Again, please.
You make it look so easy.
Yeah, I know, right? Pull, set up, hook. Your partner for this version. I want them to let go and do that side break fall. Do that side break fall, please. You got this. Just fall. Good enough. Okay. You should not say ow at the end of a break fall. Good Lord. Okay, so when they do the takedown, imagine the leg is coming out from underneath them. Don't hug on to your partner. Tuck your chin. Do your break fall, just like we do at the start of class. Okay? So one more time, my partner is going to do a good break fall as I go from tug of war base, water skis, tug of war base. Okay? Pull, tug of war base, water skis. Be ready for your break fall. Perfect. Okay. So, solid. Good work. Okay. We can practice that forever and ever and ever and get a feel for it. Because eventually, we're going to have to learn how to cover the distance, get into a clinch, and feel what they do next. It's never a matter of cover the distance and just, I saw a thing on YouTube. You don't get to just pick a takedown and go, I'm going to do that. Okay, help yourself, man. You're probably going to put your back out. But what I want from you is to be able to go, mind, that's the one. That's the one. That's the one. Okay? Feeling is more important than doing for this. You have it up. Yeah, cool. We're taking along pretty well. Okay, so find your tug of war base. C-clamp on the tricep because I swear to God I'll punch you. Yes, good. As I pull, no, what is this? You look like a letter I. No, one more step. Get your thigh off of my thigh.
Okay.
Good. Yes, you feel that. Yes, yes. I'm proud of you. All right. Don't say that. Yeah, you did really good. Okay, so what I want from you guys is to practice that repeatedly for the rest of your life so that you can feel when someone pulls away, that's the easy takedown. Okay? Someone pushes in, another takedown, someone steps around, another takedown. Laura. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to finish this off by gently going to the mount in slow motion. Because if you've ever had to take a mount on concrete, it kind of hurts. What you want is a bit of a controlled demolition to move into a mount. Okay? Don't go slamming your knees on something that's not padded. Again, our partner's going to start just here. Pause. As I do this takedown, actually come over this way a little bit. Pause here. I want you guys to pay attention to my left knee. Okay? She starts to pull, hook. It rides down. Okay? My foot is still here because believe it or not, most people in a fight don't know what a quarter guard is. It's not a thing in a fight. Also, by the way, snap your knees shut. It's not a thing in general. Okay? Quarter guard is actually very easy to deal with. So don't worry about any kind of technical jiu-jitsu versus jiu-jitsu for these classes. We're understanding structure instead of strength. All right? One more time. We're going to take the mount this time. Again, my partner starts to pull, set up step. As I hook, pay attention to my left knee. My left hand stays holding on to this tricep. Boom. It helps me ride down. Now from here, we can end the fight or we can talk. Okay? I want you to do that to me in slow motion. Slow is smooth and smooth will be fast one day. Pause. Good. Set up step. Hook. Very good. No, that was good. That's fine. Good bad guy, try not to pull them down on top of you. You need to be aware of that though. As you're coming down for the takedown, as you do that leg hook, push your hips forward. Okay? If you do the leg hook and your nose goes over your toes, sometimes you'll kind of land and headbutt. Okay? So what I want from you, anytime that you start to do this takedown, tug of war, water skis, tug of war, hips forward, come down to your knees. Okay? And then from the knees, you can do whatever you want at the end of that. You get as fancy as you need to. Or as brutal, whatever. I'm easy. Let's do it one more time and we'll move on to the ground. Okay? So start with your partner, front on. One arm over, one arm under. Establish a side clinch. Don't look like a letter T. Look like a shitty letter V. C-clamp on the tricep. Elbow pinch in. Shouldn't be able to headbutt. Shouldn't be able to turn. As I pull, water skis. She's going to hook. She's going to take them out. Hips. Yes. 100%. Yeah, that was it. Proud of you. There's coffee over there. Hey. Oh, small break. How's everybody doing out there? That's it. All right, water break. Okay, let's move on to the ground portion of the class. Normally, this is the time that I would have everybody line up like the cult that we are. And we're going to be starting on the ground now. And we're going to go over a little bit of context for this. What I want from you is I want you to lay down on your back, head towards the camera. So this is one of the most important things that you'll ever learn in Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. Distance needs to be managed, okay? Who knows how we got here? You could have been reading a book in the sun on the beach. I don't know. Whatever. I'm sitting on top of you and I'm pinning you down. This is terrible, okay? Could be choking you, could be hitting you, could be a headlock, could be forever. The thing we need to understand about this, right now make a fist, reach for me. It means nothing, okay? The person on the top is always gonna be the one that has leverage. Start to sit up and touch. It's not a thing, okay? If the head comes off the ground and I hit the head's gonna hit my fist and the ground, okay? So what I want you guys to understand is at any point in time that you're underneath, you need to get on top, okay? The worst case scenario is being underneath. We'll go over a lot of that stuff later. I want you guys to get really comfortable in the worst case, okay? But for now, I'm gonna test her and see if she does anything correct. Oh yeah, that is not bad. Yeah, you're a black belt. All right, I'll get you to lay on top of me. All right, head towards the camera. Are we good? Can you see it?
Yes.
All right, perfect. For this, what we're going to be doing is what's called a trap and roll escape. So the context here, your partner's going to have two hands on your chest. Don't bother strangling them just yet. We can do that in the adult class. For now, we need to understand structure instead of strength, okay? So in some other places, you'd see them grabbing things or reaching for the crabbit gun, going for balls, whatever. You don't want to escalate a situation, okay? It might work, but maybe it'll just piss her off, okay? What I want from you guys is a dance move. 1, 2, 3. Get out of your own way and get on top, okay? Now I'm going to show you why we do exactly that and not 17, maybe. I don't know if it'll work, but I tried. What I want from you guys is structure. Pause here. I always come underneath with a monkey grip. If I come over the top, reach this hand to the ground, shit, come back. So when I come underneath, reach this hand to the ground. It means absolutely nothing to me. Fantastic. If I hold with a C-clamp, reach for the ground. I'm gonna lose it again. I always hold with a monkey grip. What I mean is that there's no thumb. It's just a little clamp. It's mine. Now, pull your elbow to the ceiling. Well, shit. Yeah. Come back. I always come up underneath. Always with a monkey grip. And now from here, C-clamp on the tricep, just like we were doing when we were standing. When you grab this, hold a glass of water. Don't spill it. Always go palm up. C-clamp on the tricep, okay? Reach for the ground. Pull your elbow out. Yes, perfect. Now, from here, what I'm gonna do is trap her foot on the side. It's not necessary, but I love to overkill everything. So we're gonna flare the knee and pull the heel to the hip. If you keep your foot like this, it's gonna be a little hard. So make sure you flare your knee and pull the heel in. C-clamp, monkey grip, foot's trapped. Everything is gone on this side. All she gets is this, okay? Yeah, that's the only thing you get to post with. So now here's like the secret ingredient of it. I get out of my own way, just like our warm-up. I start to bridge my hips to the ceiling. I'm not turning. I bridge and I let my body do all the work. Yes, yes, yes. Perfect. Okay? So one time without you, please. What's important that you understand is that when we come here, underneath monkey grip, behind C-clamp, flare the knee and trap the foot. We're gonna push off of this back leg to lift the hips. If we do that, I just end up crushing my hips. But if I just get my head out of the way and I start to push, I start rolling over my shoulder by default, okay? The most common mistake that I see with this is they'll bridge and then they'll go like this. I don't want your head to come off of the ground, okay? When you trap everything on that one side, you're gonna start to bridge and continue to bridge and bridge and bridge, and you never stop bridging until they touch the ground. Then you can come up, okay? So one more time, please. Perfect. My partner's pinning me down and they're never letting me come up ever again. Underneath, monkey grip. C-clamp the tricep. Flare the knee, trap the foot, get out of my own way and start to bridge. Yes. Continue. 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 Yes. Perfect. Now, just as a safety tip for your partner, what I want them to do is roll the shoulder. So pause, I want you. It literally was just gloating about how the belt never comes undone.
Yeah, I know. It does.
Meanwhile, I got duct tape like prawns. Pause where you are. Here. We're going to do it on another angle in just a second. We're going to start with our partner, 2 hands on the chest around the collarbone, monkey grip, C-clamp, trap the foot, get your head out of the way and pause. When she bridges, if I land on my shoulder, I can get a little bit of a bang on my collarbone. So I'm always going to tuck my shoulder and let my partner finish the move like the adults that they are. That was fantastic. Okay, so again, safety tip for your partner, because I've seen 3 people break their clavicles on this one. Your shoulder doesn't want to boom, hit the ground. Roll your shoulder almost like you're doing a forward roll and a bridge fall for safety. Roll it up. One more time. And let's do it on an angle, just over here. Scoot back. 2 hands on the chest, monkey grip, C-clamp, trap the foot, pause, get your head out of the way, and as you bridge, I want you to bridge over there, not over there, over there. I'm gonna roll my shoulder, fantastic work. She's gonna get on top, perfect. Now, when we do this, we've got 2 options. 1, we're on top, we can get away, okay? 2, climb over the top, go to the mount, continue the fight, all right? At the very end of this, what I'm gonna show is how to climb over the top properly and continue the fight. But for now, let's go over a couple of different scenarios on this, okay? So I'm gonna work with my partner and we're gonna discuss what ifs, okay? Lay down. Head towards the camera. Scoot, scoot, scoot. Perfect. Yeah, what if? Yeah, what if? Yeah, what if? What if? What if? A whole bunch of what ifs, okay? Now, in the end, all those what ifs have an answer, and it's called base, right? But for now, we're gonna learn dance moves so that we can start to grow on top of that foundation, right? So what was the first thing that she did? Right now, I have 2 hands on the chest. She comes underneath, monkey grip, C-clamp, traps the foot. That means I have no post, so hold that tight. I can't reach to stop from falling, okay? I can reach with this hand, but if she's on an angle, it never really stops, okay? Let go. Now I can reach. It's a pain in your ass, okay? If I was to put one hand underneath her head, if she started to bridge in that direction, I have to get that hand out to stop, okay? So I want you to understand the context of, if you had a kitchen table and it had 4 legs, and you took one of the legs off, which is the easiest direction to tip it over? Okay, so this time with your partner, they're going to start on top in the mount, but they're going to put you in a headlock. Okay, are we on the camera?
Yes.
Good. Now at the end of this, I'm going to show an advanced variation because the headlock doesn't exactly exist like this in a fight. I just want you to understand this as a concept. Right now, the arm is busy. I'm going to make the leg busy. All I'm going to do is just hold the back of my head or hold the arm. It doesn't matter. I'm going to make sure that I turn my head and tuck my chin. Okay, that's very important you understand. Let's not worry about that arm coming undone. Let's not worry about them posting. Let's worry about headbutt. Ah. Headbutt. Ah. Headbutt. Oh, cool. Okay. Now touch my face. Yeah, big swing. Boom. Okay, touch my face. Headbutt. Safety is more important than anything else, okay? So what I want from you on this move, you're gonna hold the back of your head, turn your chin here. You're just gonna be sticky to the arm. Don't worry about anything technical for now. Trap the foot, bridge, and roll over the shoulder. From here, you have 2 options. Get up and get away, continue the fight, okay? You're gonna do that to me. So lay down, head towards the camera. You got this. I believe it. We're almost done. It's been a long morning. Start with your partner here. Put one arm underneath the head. Okay? So first thing first. Yes. Tuck your chin. Keep your head there so I can't headbutt. Good. Now from here, put your forearm just here and be sticky. Be sticky. Yes. Good. Okay? Hold onto your head. Yes. Good. Good. I want you to trap the leg and bridge and roll. Yes. Perfect. Now sit up. Don't let me touch your face. Sit up. Don't let me touch your face. Yes. Good. Okay. Again. Head towards the camera. Yeah. Headlock. Boom. Don't let me headbutt. Don't let me touch your face. Go. Go. Come on. Get up. Go. Yes. Nice. Okay. Now. So what's important about this and what's going to be taught in the advanced fundamentals class later on, do that one last time. Scoot, scoot, scoot. Yeah, do that. That's not a thing, is it? Okay. If somebody really hangs onto your head and means it and squeezes, all my weight's over here. How are you going to bridge over that way? That's not a thing. We'll go over that in later classes, okay? For now, I want you guys to go over one last connection scenario, okay? From here, my partner starts by sitting on top of me. In later classes, we're going to talk about not getting punched in the face. But for now, all I'm going to do is make sure that my elbows are in front of their knees and I bridge my hips. They're going to want to touch the ground. That's all I want from you for now, okay? For now, their hands touch the ground, okay? We're going to collect the arms. So palms, put your knees on the ground, good. From here, if I come up from underneath and grab onto her arm and bridge and roll, that's fantastic. Pull your elbow to the ceiling. Shit. I never want to come in from underneath, okay? Imagine you always want to comb your hair and come from the top, okay? Again, start with your partner sitting up straight. You're going to put your elbows in front of the knees and lift your hips until they touch the ground. Good. Comb your hair. Collect the elbow. Safety tip for your partner. Put your hand flat on the ground. If I bridge right now, she's going to break her fingers. Okay? So what I want you to do is cup the shoulder. Continue with your elbow tucked and your hands up. Bridge and roll, just like we were doing before. Now, again, these are just structural movements. I really want you to understand that. This is not your answer to getting punched. Okay? I will be teaching that in the advanced class. For now, I need you to understand that if I do this, take away one post and take me where there's no post. If I do this, take away one post and take me where there's no post. If I do this, take away one post and take me where there's no post. That's all that matters for this class. Okay? Later classes, super complicated. Cool?
One day I get
No, you won't. Okay, so class review, what we went over today, I mostly yelled at you about the leg hook takedown and the mount escape. So for the sake of argument, we'll go ahead and wrap up now because attention spans don't usually last more than 45 minutes.
There, though. Good job, guys.
Thank you for putting up with this for 45 whole
You
minutes.
can't talk, so maybe you're complaining all the time. We will never know.
No, because I'm not rewatching this. If you play, you can come and complain in person. Okay, so, I tell you what, since everyone is watching, why don't we do one complicated one?
No, because then you usually hurt me.
Okay, so here's a little bit of complicated jiu-jitsu, just a taste test, right? So let's say my partner's on the mount. And sit up straight for this. Right now, she has base. One knee is on the ground, one knee is on the ground, period. Okay? Walk up a little further. Yes. You can relax, you can sit on me, do whatever you want, pause. From here, if I was to bridge my hips, no, you don't have to be nasty. If I was to bridge my hips, it doesn't really affect her, okay? But if I was to put my elbows in front of the knees, forcing her to be a part of my hips, no matter where I go, my hips move, she moves, okay? That's a connection, right? So let's say she had 50-50 base. If I was to connect my hip bone to her and start to do my warm-up, which is a hip escape, right now it is 80-20. Make sense? Okay, let's do that on another hand. Pause, walk up a little higher. Pause where you are. If I move my hips, nothing is happening. If I put my elbows in front of the knees, she becomes a part of my hips, and everything I do affects her. Okay? Now from here, sit up straight. 50-50. Imagine I want to force her to become a part of my hips forever. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a fist and just hold onto the belt at the hip line. So not on the stomach, not on the chest, not on the hip bones, the middle. I'm going to find the middle, and my arm is going to go click. It never comes back, okay? If I stay relaxed and she walks forward, come back. I'm going to take out all the slack, and it becomes a part of her. She may get a funny face, so it's definitely working. Come forward. No, there's no more going forward. Perfect. I'm going to start to turn my hips. So don't be butter, be solid, try and fight. Yes, yes. You see how her knee comes off the ground. Okay. What I'm doing is a hip escape. So instead of doing this and trying to move, I'm doing this. I'm putting a foot outside my hip. I'm putting my leg on the ground, and I'm reaching for my toes. Okay? So it's a complicated version of a hip escape. If I do this, click, click. Come back, please. It's embarrassing and awesome. Come back, please. The thing. Come back, please. Try not to flop around like a white belt. My kingdom for a fucking brown belt. Yes, 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 yes. Whole bunch of cool stuff, okay? When you start to do connection to the ground and learn the principles of jiu-jitsu as opposed to just moves, these moves are going to work better, okay? Because if I didn't understand the idea of my foot needs to go outside of my hip to do this, because right now, push my shoulder back. Push my shoulder back. I'm solid. Yes, that was great. Okay. If you can understand the principles behind jiu-jitsu as opposed to the moves, that's what makes you good at it, okay? What was the complicated thing I was going to teach? Oh, hop on top.
Oh my God, I wasn't reading.
No. Okay, my elbows are in front of the knees. She's a part of my hips. Cool, okay, punch me. You punch me.
Hey, I'm scared.
Punch me. Keep your elbows in front of the knees. Keep your hands on the hips. From here, bridge your hips so that the hands are busy. Hip escape. That is one easy explanation. Trust me. There's a lot of things we can add on to that, but at any point in time, head towards the camera. Shoot this way. Pause. 50-50, not connected to the hips. Put your elbows on the ground. I'm connected to your hips. Bridge, move, do things. Good. Put two hands on my hip bones. Good. Bridge your hips. Ass that way. Ass that way. Push. Yes. Don't overthink it. Again. Let me touch your face. Oh, that's a reflex we got to get out of you. So let me touch. Yes. Go. Yes. Good. Spawn.
I want to kick your face.
I want to kick your face too. Hey, look at that. That 4-minute little extra thing. You good?
I'm good.
Okay. Do you want to open it up for questions real quick? Good
I
luck.
will try.
Tech support. Try turning it on and off again.
Oh, okay.
Good.
Now you guys can unmute yourself if you want to talk.
Okay.
If you're done, we're done.
Is there any questions? I'm sorry. She's awful. We good? Thumbs up from everybody who's good? Awesome. It was a pleasure. I'll be back again at 5 o'clock with Andrew, the big dog, and we're going to be going over some takedowns and advanced submissions at 5. Okay? It was a pleasure seeing you guys. I apologize for everything.
Thank you for coming.
I promise it'll get better over time.